Jesus.
Tyson Fury knocks Deontay Wilder out in the 11th round to retain insert alphabet heavyweight title. He improves to 2-0-1, which basically means he won the trilogy. It was a great fight, better than expected. But Fury once again proves he's the better fighter, the better boxer, the better strategist, just better overall.
Yeah. We talked about this. Would Wilder learn how to box? He looked a little better, but if you'd have told me his conditioning would have been an issue, and we talked about this, well, we thought Fury would have been the one with the conditioning issues because of COVID. Wilder was dead tired after I want to say the 4th round. It was like he was walking backwards the whole time. Fury's just a better fighter, man. This is not a good fight for, it's all about matchups, right? This is a bad matchup. Every great boxer has a bad matchup, right? Like we saw with Roy Jones and Tarver. We saw it with different guys when they match up. This is just not a great matchup for him. Fury's just a big boy. That's a big man. That's a big human being, y'all. 6'9", 280, I believe. And that's losing weight. He just leans on you. If you don't have the reach or you don't have the skill, you're not going to stand a chance versus him. I see people out here giving Wilder a lot of love for his heart. I'm not a big fan of that because that means you just got your ass whooped. And that's no excuse for him. Man. He doesn't move his head. He's not great defensively. His lack of combinations is very alarming. We talked about the Kansas City Chiefs in football, right? Another analogy. Home run hit. This team is Deontay Wilder's a home run hit type guy. He wants to hit you with the one punch. Look, he should have learned from the first fight. There's not a punch you can take or hit on Fury that's going to knock him out cold. He's going to get up every time. And it happened again. But Wilder got brutally beaten this fight. Like, I was worried to the point where I thought something may happen to him. And it gives you those bad flashbacks. I'm glad that he's doing well. As what we know, he did break his hand, if I'm not mistaken. So that was a part of the issue. But there's no excuse for that because he still got his ass whooped. I think if he had his hand, he was still getting his ass whooped. Tyson Fury, man, he's unreal. Look, we got what we wanted, me and Dave. We prayed on this. BMO prayed on this. Do not let this be a draw because we do not want a part 4. I think it's time to go talk to the guy, Alexander. I think to see what the cruiserweight wants to do in this situation because I got a funny feeling that, look, while I think Fury has the size advantage, Usyk is going to bring something different to the table. He's a boxer. And there's no size that can coach that. I think he'll do better than Wilder. But yeah, Wilder, like I said, we'll see. But he got his ass whooped. I'm sorry, y'all. I know everybody wants to give him hard credit for it. I don't think it's a great thing to reward somebody or say, hey, he did this because he was getting his ass whooped. He was getting his ass whooped because he's not a great boxer. He's a hell of a fighter. He's just not a great boxer. Simple. I'm just glad. I wish the referee would have stopped the fight earlier. I know they want to continue on because the thrills and things, but it could get real dangerous out there. And like I said, Fury's he's great, man. First off, like I was saying, shout out to Stally. Me and Stally were joking around. I said, it's bad when you lose the fight, BMO, and the dude starts singing spirituals after the fight. Like, you don't want to lose a fight, BMO. And then your opponent starts singing like spirituals, bro. God. Like, we've already learned from Holyfield, don't come out to gospel music. Like, if you come out to gospel, you're gonna lose the fight. But yeah, Deontay Wilder. I think I don't know what. Like, Dave has a good point. He talked about this. Like, what is Joshua and Wilder doing in this situation? They got to fight each other. Look, it's still a big money fight. I think if those two fight each other, they're gonna figure something out because both of them got 2 glaring bad losses, and Wilder just has the bad loss versus him. I think it's time to see what Usyk can do, or whatever other heavyweight they want to put up there right now. But yes, Fury's unreal. I don't know if anybody can beat him right now. So shout out to Tyson Fury.
I don't think nobody can beat him. Even with this fight going on, I do agree with Dave. It was a great fight. It was good. To me, like Hendo said, I still feel like it lasted a little bit too long for me. I mean, even when the 3rd round, when Fury got his first knockdown, I kind of figured like, okay, let's see if Wilder can last even more rounds because I feel like he's going to get knocked down some more. 4th round came. You know what I'm saying? Wilder, got Fury on the ground twice. I said, okay, this is when Fury is going to turn everything around, and it's going to be to the point where he's going to start boxing his ass. And that's exactly what Fury started doing. Wilder going down, and for me, I feel like the endurance wasn't there, which I feel like he probably would have had an excuse for that because, COVID. This fight was delayed 3 more months. And so I feel like that was going to work out in Wilder's favor. But also at the same time, when I'm starting seeing Wilder again, putting his gloves down, also he's ducking. You too big to be ducking, bro. That's your first mistake. Put your arms up. And then after the 4th round, he started backing towards the ropes. His feet, he started catching stone feet, going towards Fury, and started doing these little 1-2 long jab punches combinations, which I thought, well, what the hell did you even learn here? You see Fury, switching up the styles, start going on with his combinations towards the head, towards the body, towards the combinations, towards the ropes, and knocking down Wilder at will. And so I'm surprised it even lasts this long, the 20 rounds. But bad matchup. So as far as like where Wilder goes, of course you want to give him some kind of feel-good story, the way he came up in boxing. But that also at the same time is like you just can't beat Fury. Time for you to hang it up and go another route. I mean, you want to fight Joshua, that's fine. I mean, I don't know if you could try to. I mean, even going after Ruiz. I mean, do y'all even think like him fighting Ruiz would be a good one?
I mean, it'll be a fight because it won't be a big time fight. I think Joshua's the only, unless he fights Usyk. And then my thing is this: why would he want to go fight Usyk, who's probably just as more skilled as Fury? He'll get his ass beat even worse.
We good. We good, Brian.
And I don't think what Usyk is this: we would have to see if Usyk can take the punch from him. And if Usyk proves that he can take the punch, then it's over. There's no chance. Why do we get it more? He would get even more embarrassed in this fight if he fought Usyk. So to me, it's just that, like Chad asked the question, who's next for Fury? It's got to be Usyk because I can't see a scenario where we're gonna have another Wilder fight. Ruiz don't want nothing to Fury. Come on, y'all. We already been through that. What's my guy over in New Zealand? I love him to death. Parker. He's not.
Yeah, Joseph Parker.
Joseph Parker gave him a good fight, but Joseph Parker's like he's top 5 maybe in their range, but no, it has to be Usyk. The heavyweight division is cursed. We have been cursed since Mike Tyson. And when I say that, and me and Dave talked about this before, when we wanted Tyson versus Holyfield, there was always some sort of like weird scenario. Tyson goes to jail, or Buster Douglas happens, right? Mm-hmm. And then we get the Holyfield situation. Riddick Bowe comes out of nowhere and just starts dominating. Tyson gets the belts back again, and then he fights Holyfield, and then he goes apeshit and try to. I mean, he didn't try. He bit the man's ear off basically. And then, like I said, the heavyweight division's never been at one where we can have that dream super fight. Like the dream super fight that we all wanted was Wilder versus Joshua, as you would say, BMO. But the man he can't box. And look, I'm not the one to say that, but look, man, I've seen a lot of fights in my life. He's a guy that he just can't fight. He can't fight, man. And it's unfortunate. People say, well, he's had a great run. He's one of the best of his era. I disagree. I mean, he was great. He was 42-0, but I never will forget him from when he said, if I'm correct, BMO on this, correct me if I'm wrong, Dave. Didn't he once say that he could beat Mike Tyson in the fight? If they went like, who did Mike Tyson beat?
Yes.
Tyson, and look, a disciplined Mike Tyson or a good Mike Tyson is not letting Fury do him like that. Not like that. Where he's outboxed. Man, he could probably lose, but nah. He just got his ass whooped, man. And like I said, him, J-Rock Williams, Julian, Dave, he tweeting out the fight. Hey, man, I didn't know I lost 7 rounds to him. You lost 7 rounds, buddy. You're doing the same thing that one of the twins did.
So you lost that bad. You just catching amnesia?
Yeah, well, that's what it was. See, the problem is this, man. That's another story for another day. But yeah, it was a great fight. We got all the theatrics we wanted. Even when Fury got knocked down early, I was like, I ain't worried about it.
That ain't bother me at all. Not at all.
He has a different. His bravado is a little different. I've never seen a heavyweight I wasn't around when Ali was around with all the razzle dazzle and the funny eye looks and the mic skills that he has, but he has that in him. I'm not saying he's Muhammad Ali, but y'all know what I'm saying. Like, it's sort of like he's wired a little different. Like, he's an entertainer, but he's a boxer, and he brings it any kind of way. And I've never seen a dude that damn big ever move like that. Like, I thought the Klitschko's were amazing. If you saw him in the fight, he didn't look in shape.
Nah, he's not looking shape at all, bro.
Right,
at all.
right.
And he is hard. Like, they can bring up the gloves and all that stuff. Nah, man, you just got your ass whooped. Like, next. We can get next. But I think a Joshua Wilder fight will be good. Because both of them, and to me, Dave, I think that's their rubber match. This is going to be to where this is it for one or the other. Either Joshua
Lose to Lee Town.
Yeah, you got to leave town. But